Hey everybody, welcome and happy Friday. It is I, your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend Joe CB. And again, happy Friday, you guys. And Friday is always our melody writing day. And we're writing a melody based on the lyrics that we wrote yesterday on the creative writing class called Picture This. It's when I give you guys a photograph, an image, and you have to write either a poetic poem, a little paragraph that's creative that rhymes, and then Fridays is the day that we give a melody to that whatever you wrote. In this case, I'm writing a melody to what I wrote. Okay, so that's how we're gonna work this. So anyway, you might be asking, for those of you who've never been here or, just tuning in for the very, very first time, what's a melody? Well, a melody is the tune in which a song is sung, right? Like Happy Birthday. That is the melody of Happy Birthday. Lyrics are words. Melody is the tune, okay? So, writing melodies, well, it can be very challenging because, it has to be, well, this is the way I base my melodies on. They have to be melodic with or without music accompanying it. So, like, some songs are very just loosely monotone, and the music around it is what makes it sound like it's moving. And although that's fine, I like melodies. Like, here's a perfect example: the Star Spangled Banner. You don't need the music under it to know that melody. You don't even need to hear any music under it. Most people sing that in a stadium unaccompanied anyway. They just stand there at a microphone and sing it with no music under it. And over the years, we've come to almost expect it that way. But the melody's so strong that you really don't need music under it. The same thing with Happy Birthday. Who's ever heard music under Happy Birthday? Just people just sing it when the cake comes out, right? The melody's strong in itself. So that's the way I like melodies to come about. Like I like melodies that are strong on their own without accompaniment underneath of it, with the chords or whatever. But it's even better when you have chords. So it's like you have the chords, you have the melody, and, and then, of course, when you write a melody, you have to write it within your range and what's comfortable for you to sing it in, or if you're a songwriter, you can write it in any key, but when you create it, you should create it in the key that's comfortable for you. Let's say you're a man with a low voice, and but you're pitching the song to a girl who's like a high soprano, or she's got a very high voice. She's going to have to raise the whole song up in several degrees of pitch so it sounds good in her voice. You understand what I mean? Okay, so looking at the song that we, or the song that I wrote yesterday based on the picture that we looked at, I called it Parallel Universe. That is the name of what I ended up calling my tune. And so, the first thing I did was, I started to, listen in my head what it would sound like based on, what I wrote. And I wanted it to move. I wanted it to be a little faster, So, I wanted it more like here's the, right? Like, it's like we're living in a parallel universe. We become strangers. A lack of trust has made it worse. Ain't it funny how it changes? It's like we're living in a parallel universe, together yet lonely. I think we both deserve this curse that we've been firing for ages. It's like we're living in a parallel universe, a parallel universe, a parallel universe, like a parallel universe. So that's kind of where, like, that's how I wanted to hear it. Now, I started giving away the melody a little bit just so you could understand. So, but it's a lot higher than that when I actually go to sing it. But that was the tempo and kind of the cadence I wanted for it. You know what I mean? So, and I always hear, this is just me, maybe it's my own style or curse or whatever, my own repetition. But, you know, there's certain keys that I know that I'm going to sing well. So when I write songs, I usually go to those keys because my voice works well in those keys and gives me an idea what it's going to sound like overall. Now, for a guy, my voice isn't high, but it's higher than, like, you know, like an opera singer. Oh, you know, like I sing higher than that, you know. So, what I did was, I picked up my old guitar here and I started going, so I started, you know, finding a key that I thought would work, for my voice, right? So that's the first thing I heard. So it's like we're living in a parallel universe. We become strangers. The lack of trust has made it worse. Ain't it funny how it changes? It's like we're living in a parallel universe, together yet lonely. I think we both deserve the curse we've been carrying for ages. It's like we're living in a parallel universe, a parallel universe, a parallel universe, and a parallel universe. So that's, you know, when I heard it, and of course, it took me a while to come up with these chords. But like the first thing that I heard in my head, first line was, so it's like we're living in a parallel universe. So that's the first thing I heard. It's like we're living in a parallel universe, together get along. We become strangers, and lack of trust has made it worse. Ain't it funny how it changes? It's like we're living in a parallel universe, together get lonely. I think we both deserve the curse that we've been carrying for ages. It's like we're living in a parallel universe, and a parallel universe, and a parallel universe, and a parallel universe. So it's really not that many notes. There's not a lot of notes there, but you can sing it without the music and it sounds good. So, it's trial and error. A lot of it's trial and error. And I don't always hear the chords. I hear the melody first. So it's like, it's like we're living in a parallel universe. We become strangers, and lack of trust has made it worse. Ain't it funny how it changes? It's like we're living in a parallel universe. So, I wanted it up there. I wanted it real kind of like triumphant, but yet desperate, desperation. Because what he or she is singing in the song. It doesn't have to be gender specific. So, I wanted it to be at create a certain tension, So I like it up there where it is because it just creates this desperation. It creates this, immediacy to it. Like, it's very urgent. That's the word I'm looking for. So like the first thing I did was, and then I started playing with the chords. So I started going, it's like we're living in a parallel universe. We become strangers, and life it just has made it worse. Ain't it funny how it changes? It's like we're living in a parallel universe. Together get lonely. I think we both deserve the curse of burying for ages. And we've been living in a parallel universe, a parallel universe, a parallel universe, in a parallel universe. So that's kind of where I had it. But it took me a while to really come up with, the chord progression. And I played around with a bunch of stuff, I was going, yeah. It's like we're living in a parallel universe. We become strangers, and lack of trust has made it worse. Ain't it funny how it changes? It's like we're living in a parallel universe. Together, yeah, lonely. I think we both deserve the curse we've been carrying for ages. It's like we're living in a parallel universe, a parallel universe, a parallel universe, in a parallel universe. So that's like, but that took me a while, and it's going to take a while. And, listen, the big part of this is, if you play a musical instrument, you're going to get a better sense of how to do this. And look, I just played one note. Like singular notes, like just bass notes, right? So I'm just playing just this string. That's all I need. I don't even need chords. And, of course, I've been playing a long time, so like I understand how things work. But I want you to experiment, and some of you guys have been experimenting, and I love that you're doing that. Anyway, guys, now I'm going to play you the whole thing all the way through with the little arrangement I made on the keyboard. So here we go. It's like we're living in a parallel universe. We become strangers. The lack of trust has made it worse. Ain't it funny how it changes? It's like we're living in a parallel universe. Together get lonely. I think we both deserve the curse that we've been carrying for ages. It's like we're living in a parallel universe, a parallel universe, a parallel universe, in a parallel universe. And that's the whole thing. I hope you guys like that. All right, guys, that is all the time we have. Until I see you guys on Monday, have a lovely weekend. Again, this is your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend Joe CB signing off. Have a lovely, beautiful weekend. I love you guys, miss you. Be safe, and I'll see you Monday. Peace.